Welcome to the range, YouTube. Big Country Guns here. Today, I'm bringing you a no nonsense, no BS, honest to God review of what I think might possibly be the best sub $500 optic I've ever seen. Today, we're shooting in the Arken SH4 Gen 2 6 to 24 by 50. This beast is a 34 millimeter tube. Turrets are huge, easy to read, just a really well built optic, and the clarity of the glass on this scope is hands down one of the clearest glasses I've ever laid my eyes through. I would easily put this well over the clarity of a Viper PST Gen 2. It's a really, really good optic. Today we're going to set this up on a custom 1022 that we'll be using for NRL this year, and wanted a decent mid-range optic for this gun, and I think we've went well beyond a decent mid-range optic. We're going to go ahead and finish sighting this guy in, and then we'll bring the target back, talk to you a little bit more about this optic. Turrets have good positive click. The zoom and focus on this is very crisp, not super stiff. I really like the power zoom on this is much cleaner and much smoother than a lot of other optics that are on the market in this price point. The side focus is really smooth, and it's not as sensitive as a lot of optics. I noticed earlier when I had this on 6 power, the clarity from 50 yards out to 350 without adjusting the side focus was amazing. And some scopes, can be ultra finicky on trying to fine tune, and it's very aggravating. You want a good fine tuned focus, and you just can't get it quickly, and you're spending too much time on that and not making your shot. And anybody that shoots NRL knows that speed is the name of the game, and being able to get on your target quickly and move between positions. So this does that rapidly. Does have multiple lock points for the turret caps to be able to remove this and get to your zero stop. We'll talk a little bit later in another video about the zero stop on this, but I just wanted to throw a quick review out and a shout out to Arken for putting out an optic that's just hands down a great optic. I mean, the glass on this thing, guys, you'd be looking at $1,500 to $1,800 to compete with this and other optics. I'm really impressed, and if you're like me, you work very hard for your money, and you want your money to work for you, and I think this is a good choice. It is a lighted reticle, very much like the PST Gen 2s and the Vortex. It's got your multiple brightness settings, but in between each interval you have an off, so it's not like you turn it from 1 to 10 and then back to off. You can go 1 off, 2 off, 3 off, 4 off. So every revolution you're in between and on and an off. That's a nice feature that a lot of lighted reticles in this price point don't offer. Guys, there you have it. If you haven't heard of them, you haven't seen them, check them out. Arken SH4 Gen 2 6 to 24 by 50. Again, this is a 34 millimeter tube. This thing's just a beast. The glass clarity in this is phenomenal. Guys, until next time, thanks for watching. We'll see ya. Hey guys, back from the range, and just wanted to follow up and touch on a couple things that we didn't really talk about at the range. One, it does come with bikini style covers. I did opt for their combo pack, which also come with flip up covers for front and rear. It also came with the rings, the throw lever, and the tube level. It also comes with a bag. You fill your media your choice, and if you want to use it, kind of cool, they come with a Arken iron-on patch. So we talked a little bit at the range about the zero stop, so I've got this loosened up, and so you guys can take a look. There's 1, 2, 3 points that actually lock the turret on. And then the zero stop is kind of unique. It's a pin that hits, and you can set that pin. And if you want to turn the zero stop off, you can simply just raise that pin up, and then the zero stop will spin around. So it does go on and trues back to zero, and then you can lock the 3 screws around the outside of the turret back down. So the zero stop on this is really idiot proof. Unlike a lot of other optics, sometimes they can be a little bit fidgety, and some don't actually go back to a true zero. They'll get you close, but they don't truly go back to zero. This one physically goes back to the zero mark, which I think is noteworthy, considering some of the higher end optics do not truly go back to zero. A couple other things that was pretty nice was that came on the tube, was wrapped around it. It actually tells you your inch pounds for torquing your top caps do not exceed 18 pounds for their tube. Kind of nice. You don't have to look. You don't have to run and grab your manual and see what size screws they are and see the torque setting. The other thing, the base of the rings are actually marked with 30 inch pounds, so you know what to torque those at. So a couple little things that was kind of handy and pretty nice. The other thing I really liked was their scope rings actually came with an additional 2 screws. So some nice stuff that came with it. May or may not need it, but it's nice to have. This is great to throw in my spare toolbox, so that I've always got an extra screw or 2. So all in all, guys, wrapping up, I can't say enough good about this optic. I didn't find anything that I didn't like. That just right out in the open was like, man, I wish they would have done this different. This was great except for. I'm still looking for the except for. You know, sunshade. May or may not want it, but some optics, you're paying additional for the sunshade. Theirs comes with it. Lines up nice, looks nice. I usually run them. Again, overall, I'm going to give this 9.5 out of 10. I never like to give anything a 10 out of 10 because there's always room for improvement, but this is about as close as you can come for really doing what it says it will do. Thanks, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and if you have any questions or comments, hit me up, and please like and subscribe.